Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. Today I got something nice for you. If you want to walk on the dark side, this is the show for you. Let's rock. Rightism, 25 rules to live by, storytelling, story with a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in, we got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers mission, that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that. So my job is to get you the information for you to do just that. Know thyself. That's my mission, and I'm on it. Your goal is to obtain it, and you'll be good to go. Knowing thyself. Let's go. Question: do you know you? I ask that because it's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Help you to know you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. Yes, I appreciate you. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes or think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know. It's okay. Spiritually asleep. It's okay. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Today, we're going to walk on the dark side of your personality, aka your dark side is aka who? Your ego self personality. Well, which if one is good, other one got to be bad. Haru, your higher self is good. Set, your ego self is bad. Let's talk about that. We don't really understand that ego thing, so I'm gonna try to give it to you again. Let's go. Let's talk about the dark side, aka the ego personality. We come out of the darkness from the womb. Okay, we spend 9 months up in that thing, but it's considered to be ignorance. You come into the world with no memory. I just gave a lesson why we don't know who we are because you come in here with a blank slate of your higher self. When you come through life and you ain't getting no better other than just living on that beastly nature, that survival mode, got to get mine, got to do this, got to do that's the low level. You got to get better, and that's being ignorance of your higher self. And when you come into the light of what self knowledge, that's the higher self. We are ignorant of that, and until we learn and acquire we still gonna be ignorant. A lot of us gonna stay ignorant. Some of us will learn, some of us won't. Some will, some won't. They say coon can, some coons can, and some coons can't. But what kind of coon are you? All right. When you're ignorant of your higher self, that's the that's the coon at the lowest level. Okay, you're ignorant. Why? Because that's your ego self, and that's your ignorant state of mind. And guess what? You don't know jack, but you probably think or believe you do. Never good for you. And watch this. Being ignorant, aka in the dark, or the ego self, means what? You don't know the power of what? Your self knowledge, aka your higher self. Again, again, ignorant of who you are. That's never good. Your dark side. We keep saying dark. I'm using dark because understand, you can't see nothing in the dark. And if you're dark, you can't see or know anything about you. You're just going through the motions. So your dark side is not good. Why? Because it's your ego self, which don't want to know, don't care. It just gonna do what it wants to do. So if you don't control that ego side, which is your dark side, remember they took Star Wars, took Luke Skywalker, Skywalker the son, Darth Vader, the dark side black, good and evil. His father chose the dark side. I, perfect example. Mo Man was a hustler, number runner, hustler, okay, street dude. I learned my father's creed, but guess what? And I realized that don't work for me. I don't want to do that. I changed. That was his thing, not mine. So I deprogrammed from what I learned and reprogrammed what I need to know. That's what I'm doing now. I'm giving you the light side, not the dark side. I didn't give my dark side to my kids. Okay, it ain't good for nobody. That's why your ego set can't reproduce. One of a kind. Don't need no more of them. Okay, he can't regenerate nothing. So understand that. So the devil really has no power. That's what the concept. I know another lesson, but that's where it come from. He's he can't make he can't reproduce without self knowledge. Watch this. You can't know or be what your best self. You can just be that egotistical person who go through the motions, okay, thinking and believing they got or know something and really got it all wrong. But they don't find out when to the end. That's usually how that happens. Let's talk about the dark side is what? Is you who you don't want to be. Trust me. You don't want to live in ignorance of your higher self. It leads to all kinds of fetters that you're going to cause on yourself for what? Being ignorant of yourself. The ego operates in the dark. It does everything on the low, so to speak. Yeah, those kind of people, those egotistical people, aka ignorance. That's never good for you. Being sneaky ain't the way to go through life. Deceitful and hustling, that mentality. But that's the dark side. That's the ego. Now the dark side had me. Yeah, I was caught up in that nonsense. Watch this. Doing what? Bad things, knowingly and willingly. When? Daily. I was on my hustle. I was on my grind. I had to get it. So I woke up trying to go get that money. Okay, chasing that dollar. hmm So my dark side, my ego side said, go get that money. I listened. My old man was the master of the dark side. I thought that was cool. Why? I seen him, slide between the molecules of wetness like an eel through seawood through life, always getting his way, always, when he had to pay, I tell you, it's self-defeating when you get caught cheating because you don't want to pay them dues. It's a steep price to pay. That's why you don't do that. And if you do, you end up paying the price. Trust me. And he was pure ego. He did him all the time. That's pure ego. When it's about me, damn you, that's ego. I'm not that kind of dude, okay? I was father like son when I was doing that nonsense, okay? I followed my father, and he led me down the egoistic path of life. Unbeknownst to him, that's all he knew. What the hell? That's what he did. I refused to take me and my son down that road to hell. Why? I went. I know it's down there, my man. Go the other way. Go the other way. Simple. As a parent, that was my job. And knowing that way was the right way, I didn't take my kids to that. I didn't involve nobody into that. I stopped that. I knew I could not continue to live by my egoistic lifestyle. Going to prison, being locked up, dumping the poor. Man, I'm not living that life. Yeah, but it was fun when I was young. That was, yeah, but some things you just outgrow. And that's one of them. Doing wrong is childish. Grown people should be above that. But it is what it is. Let's go. I'm just trying to teach how not to be there. The dark side is your ego self, the ignorant self. Some people can live their whole life in darkness and egoistic lifestyle. Again, been there, done that. If you're successful, again, living that lifestyle, we was nigger rich. Safe in the wall, safe for the drugs and money. Anything we wanted to do never ends well, okay? Moving on. That lifestyle, that egoistic thing, it's a monetary, yeah, but when them boys come and the party's over, we in the bullpen together, dude. I can't see me and my son in jail together. So another lifestyle, different times. But yeah, been there, done that. So I know. And I teach and preach against those things. Why? I know better. Like the mouse in the maze. If he walked down the one road, the path, and he at the end of that path, he gets shot, you can believe he ain't going down that road again. Some of us ain't that smart. I like to get that idea because even animals instinctively know what's wrong and they won't do it again. That's smarter than us. We keep doing. We gonna touch that fire again. Ooh, ooh, yeah. It don't change. So understand that. Now, if you live by your ego and you're still in the dark, aka ignorant of your higher self, life is gonna be constantly. Yeah, you're gonna have that problems. If the dark side, the ignorant side, is what you live by, then you need to become a right thinker and come into the light of knowledge of self. Trust me. All right, moving on. I keep using my own self as an example. Why? That's life lessons. These are lessons I learned. I learned it from him, good and bad. Didn't make a difference to me. I can appreciate it now. Why? Because if you got good, you got to have some bad. If you got bad, bad ain't all bad. There's some good in there. So you got to find that medium, okay? That balance. Again, moving on. The goal of right thinking philosophy is to what? Get you to know what you, aka your light side, the higher self. What is here? Yeah, or dark side, aka the dark side, aka the ego, lower self, will what? Will give in to what? The higher self. Yeah, when you put your foot on his neck and put him in the work position, he'll work as hard as anybody else. That's the ego self. But if it's got his foot on your neck, oh, you got a problem because he ain't gonna give up. That's why the devil's always busy. Oh yeah, he always on the ground. He's the best worker. That's why you want him in your arsenal. You want him on your team. Dennis Rodman. Everybody hated him, but every time somebody needed somebody to do the job, they went to got him, and he did his job. That's what he do. He get that ball. He didn't care about nothing else. And some guys ain't got that intestinal fortitude to just do one thing good. Great is being good at one thing. Simple. That's all. And get good at it. I'm working on that. Moving on. But the dark side won't allow you to be your best self if you don't control it. Why? He gonna constantly put you in bad position. Why? Because he don't run the show well. When you're in with the excuse me, when you're in the lack of knowledge of self, state of mind, it's never good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to get better, live better. Now, my job is to take those who don't know themselves. That's what I want. I don't want the ones who think, man, I ain't got time for y'all. I want the ones who don't know. I'm going to help them. Why? I'm going to get them to do what they need to do so they know God for themselves. That's what I do for you. That's why. I'm not fighting with that people who believe or think they know and don't know. That's a fight. I ain't got time for that. I'm not a fighter. I'm a teacher. Okay, moving on. My job is to get you to know yourself. I have to do hook or crook. I use the book. I use my life examples. Whatever I can get the message to do what you need to do, that's what I'm gonna do. That's for you. Okay? I'm a teacher. I use all my tools. Before you was a right thinker, you was in spiritual darkness. Becoming the right thinker means you came into the spiritual light, aka knowledge of self, self-knowledge, spiritual truth, whatever you want to call them. But that's what you want to have, and when you can live with that, you good to go. Trust me. I was in the dark myself. Everybody comes out of the dark, and they say the glorious light. That's what the book is called, the glorious light of meditation, getting closer to God. That's the glorious thing. Why? Because when you do it, the benefits is all for you. Hence, glorious. Yeah, I was in the dark myself. So what? I know how to get what? Get you out of that darkness and that state of mind with what? Knowledge of self, aka light, flashlight. I'm shining light on you, the bottom. I'm giving you the truth. I'm just trying to get you to know you. dad sucker. He said, oh, it started to feel good. Oh, it feel good. Ah, yeah, I am the nose. Yeah, express yourself. Be your best self. That's what I'm trying to get my right thinkers to be. Moving out. Let's wrap this up. Last one. And again, I appreciate you. Dark side, aka the ego or the lower nature. Again, ignorant side. Enlightenment is what coming into knowledge of self. I'm trying to bring you from where you are to where you need to be. That's my job. So let me do what I do and help you. Let's go. Remember, when Ra sent, aka God, when Ra goes down, now he shines. When from sunrise to sunset, he's shining. When he go into the underworld, he's still shining because what? It's in darkness down there. But we don't have him, so we're in the darkness up here. But he's going through hell, so to speak, the do-what to get back to shine again. And who's waiting for him? His nemesis, which is Apophis, which is the real bad guy, the real evil one. Okay, he don't want Ra to shine. He want everything to go back to the noon, that state of nothingness, and Ra ain't having that. So they gotta go through this ongoing battle, night and day. Like, okay, it's an endless battle, and within yourself, it's your higher and lower self that's in battle, and it's not gonna stop. Y'all keep claiming the devil's busy. Yeah, we ain't gonna stop. That's his job. Ra wish Apophis would stop. Apophis was Ra would stop. That's like the yin not want the yang to yin or yang. They ain't gonna happen. They're going to do what they do. That's just how it is. Sorry, I get a little excited for making that point, but I'm trying to drive it home. Now, with self-knowledge, aka light, you will what? Overcome the darkness. Light will always beat the dark. Mm-hmm. Right now, reason why we're in the dark, why? Because he's in the underworld lighting it up. And for those who want to get on, swing down, sweet chariot, stop, and let me ride. They tell the story how the boat ride goes through the underworld, and those who's in limbo who had a chance, reach up and grab your route and hang on. Okay, you got a chance. So it's always a chance. That's the concept. So where you at? Now they tell you, I bring you from the darkness into God's glorious light of knowledge of self. That's what it is. And if you understand that, ain't nothing better than being a student that was in the dark and became passing into the light, knowing thyself. That's a beautiful stage. That's a hell of a transformation. And that's what I want all right thinkers to feel for themselves. Okay? Dark, aka without light or knowledge of self. The way out of the darkness, come into the light, aka become a right thinker, and gain what? Knowledge of self, the glorious light. Again, let me wrap it up. Right thinkers are those who what? Who came out of that darkness into the glorious light, like Mr. Wright. Gain knowledge of self and be your best self. That's why I try to teach you to do you. I'm out. I'll be back. I ain't done.